Michelle, tell me, why are you running?
I am running because somebody asked me to run. I did not even consider it, honestly, even though I've been following the Ottawa County Commission politics and been really frustrated with it all, truthfully. I never considered running. And then I got a phone call and somebody asked me to run. And kind of a belief I have is when you're asked to do service, you at least are willing. In fact, I have a little thing I say, which is like, when you're asked to do service, just be willing and let God do the rest. And so I told her I would talk to her later and talk to people in my sphere, and thought, okay, I can practice what I preach, which is just be willing. So every day I am just willing to kind of do the next right thing, which is kind of this, like today, being willing to do this interview. So that's like the kitschy answer. But also I'm running because I am really, really concerned about the direction that our county has taken under this last leadership with OI. And I've always been, I just didn't know I had any power over that. I didn't think there was anything I could do as a citizen. So when somebody asked, I thought, oh, if you're going to complain about it, do something about it. And so here I am.
Tell me a little bit about, what are your priorities?
As the county commissioner?
Yeah, potential county, yes.
My priorities are to stay within the purview of the county commission. Let's take care of county business. I think that's been lacking. We have a lot of money on the table that we're not using because we're busy doing things that I think are not in our purview as a commission. I think, your basic, like, affordable housing, of course, water, of course. There's things that, as a county, we do business, and those things are really important. And I want to get back to doing those things instead of passing resolutions that are really out of our purview. We spend a lot of time doing things that don't impact the citizens of Ottawa County. They're just a political agenda kind of thing. So I probably didn't answer your question very well.
No, you did.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, like things you like to do, places you like to go.
I love my job professionally. So I love working with people. Every job I've had, I've always worked with people, and I really love that. Hobbies, I love to garden. I'm a homebody kind of by nature. I love being home. My husband and I go out to Colorado and hike a lot. We have a home out there, a vacation home. So we spend a lot of time hiking together. Love my family. Have grandkids and kids, 4 kids. So I feel like I'm like a typical Ottawa County gal. I've been a business owner for 40 years. Yeah.
Okay. Why should people vote for you?
Why should they vote for me?
Yeah.
I think people should vote for me because I really value unity. I really value, I think that this really right conservative, ultra-conservative faction has this really big voice right now. And I think that there are a lot more moderate voters, moderate citizens, centrist people who just want to work together to get things done. And I am that voice. I feel like I could be that voice. I think that I come from a place of wanting what's best for my kids and my grandkids in Ottawa County. I think I come from a small business voice. And I really believe in being democratic in thought and action. Like, that's something to my core I believe in. And I believe that we have to listen to a minority voice as well as the majority voice. And I don't think that's being done. So there.
You've pretty much answered this next question, but like I said, I'll ask it anyway. You have you've been watching, obviously, what's been going on with Ottawa County government. So what has been your thoughts over the past year and a half to 2 years, how it's been run?
I have been spending time since, and you know, I'm a little, not embarrassed, but I'm a little embarrassed that I haven't really kept up on what's actually been going on. I've been reading the news, I've been, getting snippets. So when I decided to throw my hat in the ring for this job, I started watching the county commission meetings and I started being more engaged, which, again, admittedly, as citizens, I think we should be more engaged before this happens. And what I've really noticed, and it's kind of heartbreaking, is the weaponizing of meeting structure, the weaponizing of, I watch the chair, I feel like I was watching it today, just be so, talk down to people who don't agree with them, don't listen to people who don't agree with them, dismiss things that he finds not important. And that, to me, is the opposite of democracy and the opposite of what a chair is or what a chair's job is. And it's disturbing. And I really would like to be a part of bringing unity back to that job or that structure. It's been hard to watch.
Just to clarify, I'm referring to Moss, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
How would you try to bring unity to county commissioners? What would you do to kind of, obviously there is quite a stark division.
There's a stark division.
So how would you personally work to bring unity?
I think I've had some experience with this. I've worked on some nonprofit boards over the last 25 years. And actually recently I worked on a nonprofit board that had the same feel to it. And at the local level here. And it was frustrating because it's hard to bring unity when you're the minority voice. So you can be really overpowered when you're the minority. And so what I found helpful was to just keep showing up and bringing principles. Just keep showing up and bringing the principle of unity. Instead of being defensive, just keep bringing whatever minority voice, whatever issue I think is important, just keep bringing that back without being defensive. Keep bringing the structure, the rules, keep bringing that back. And it eventually, people do, I shouldn't say this, I feel like eventually people hear truth or hear, because we all think we have the truth, but they hear the principle behind the truth, if you can keep bringing that. So I would do that. Also, I just keep thinking light kind of shines better than darkness. You just keep bringing it. Just keep bringing it. That's all you can do. You can just keep bringing your voice to the picture. One of the reasons that I think it's important, one of the reasons I think it's important for me to run in District 6 is because I think District 6's voice is zero right now. The person who represents District 6, I'm sure she's lovely. I don't know Kendra at all, Ms. Wenzel, but I hear nothing. There's no voice coming from 6. I haven't seen her anywhere saying much. And even in meetings, I watched lots of meetings, and I don't feel like we're really well represented. And I would like this little West Side district to have more of a voice.
You said you had concern about the direction of which Ottawa County government is going. What makes you concerned about that direction, and if elected, what direction would you want to chart Ottawa County towards?
I feel like this has got the direction of this commission has been very Christian nationalist, very it's our way or the highway. And again, focusing on things that don't bring a better life to Ottawa County. Like, they're dealing with things that actually are not helping the citizens of Ottawa County. You know, the resolutions for all the things don't seem to help Ottawa County. Changing our motto, that actually was a huge thing for me. Like, what? Most citizens didn't even know what our motto was, and now we spend all that money changing it? Like, for what? Because you want to sound a certain way? Like, that's such a waste of money to me. The lawsuits, you know, not having good hiring practices, firing people. Like, we're spending so much money on things that don't help the average citizen. And I'm this average citizen watching this happen and thinking, we're going to have more of this? Like, I don't want 4 more years of this. So I think we just need some voice of reason. I think we need some common sense. This seems like just common sense stuff that's being missed because of people's personal agendas.
You talked about affordable housing and water. Let's go on affordable housing. It's easy to say affordable housing.
It is so easy to say affordable. It's such a, yeah.
What is your thoughts on how to make affordable housing an option, or better, or more available option? What would you like to see be done?
I wish I had really clear answers for that. I do. I mean, I do. I wish I had clear answers. I know that, I don't know. I don't. I really don't. I think having affordable house, you know, there's 2 answers to that. Everybody wants a nice big backyard and a big yard, and, you know, people want a certain quality of life that take up a lot of space. And a lot of people don't want to have small, you know, affordable housing and structures that people can afford. And I think there's no balance. I think finding balance is good. Finding out how other counties do that would be great. I don't have great answers for that because I do here in my basement. But there are people who do have great answers to that. And I think we don't spend enough time, I don't think this commission in general, but maybe all of us in general, don't spend enough time going to people who have good answers. Like, I feel like my job as a county commissioner is finding the answers, not having them. Going to people who do know those answers. That's my job. My job isn't to know all the answers, but it's my job to find the right people who do.
I think I've hit every point I could think of at this moment. Is there anything else you'd like to add in?
I think the one thing that I would add that I'm just becoming kind of aware of is I've been working with the public for 40 years. I'm a stylist, I have a salon, and I never realized until recently how advantageous that is for me running. I've had the opportunity to really get to know, most of my clients live in Ottawa County, or many of them do. Most, maybe not, but many, at least half. And I've had the opportunity to listen to very, very right people, very, very, you know, both sides of the political coin. And that has been so helpful to me just in my own personal life because I love these people. I feel like that has taught me how to bring unity, how to see people's common humanity. You know, I can disagree wholeheartedly with people and still love them, care about them, and respect them. And this job over 40 years has really helped me do that. And I think that kind of makes me uniquely qualified to bring that to a board. How's that?